Yung nakakatakot, nakakakilabot, sir ba? Ito. Please listen to us, you people.
Yes,
listen to us. Mabuti nang kumakontrol namin yung iba. Yung iba dyan, hindi basta-basta ang pinagmula na buhay. Galing din sila sa impiin noon. Hindi lang namin mabulgar, bro. Sino sila? But Pastor changed their lives. Nandun sila sa amin. Hanggang kailan namin sila makontrol. Sir, we do not want any untoward incidents, no? That anything will go, out of hand na. We don't want that one. Ayaw namin maganyan ang mangyayari sa Davao, sa Pilipinas. Nag-iisang bansa natin, maliit lang ang bansa natin, ilagay mo sa isang tuldok lang. How come na yung mga tao na inilagay natin sa kapangyarihan, they cannot handle the power properly given into their hands? Pag kayo ay nasa kapangyarihan, the life of your friends and the life of your enemy ay nakasalalay sa inyong kamay. How will you handle that one? You must be responsible. You must have a sane mind. You must have a balanced personality. Kasi, buhay ang nakasalalay. We cannot evade. May mga ganyan-ganyan mga... Pero until such time na hindi ninyo napatunayan na may kasalanan talaga, please be fair. Sir, may anak kayo, may pamilya kayo. Kung madisgrasya tayo, nag-iisa ang buhay ninyo, nag-iisa din ang buhay namin. Iisa lang tayo, pula dugo ninyo, pula din dugo namin. Yun ang pakiusap namin sa inyo ba? Do not destroy the future of the kids that we've been nurturing for many, many long years. Because we want to produce righteous people in the future. Hindi man nyo kami paniwalaan. Yun ang gusto namin i-contribute sa Pilipinas. We don't want to produce rebels. We don't want to produce division. Magkaiba man ang religion natin, magkaiba man ang ating mga tribo, iisa lang tayo, Pilipino. Mahalin naman ninyo ang Mindanao for how many long years? Doon ang mga IP, doon ang mga kapatiran ng mga Muslim, hanggang ngayon. Tapos ngayon, kami na naman. Please be fair. Please consider public safety. That involves lives of those kids, the future of our nation.
Thank you.
Yung aking
The PNP has heard enough sa lahat ng hinaing ninyo. I hope they will...
nauunawaan nila, sir.
I hope they will adjust accordingly. Kasi hindi lang kayo nakikiusap, pati kaming mga membro ng committee na ito, ako as chairman, talaga nakikiusap ko sa kanila, they have to adjust accordingly. Kahit papaano, kahit anong sabihin natin, we have to be friend with the community. General Torre, you want to say something?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Go ahead.
Mr. Chair, rest assured that PRO 11 is one with you, one with the community of Davao, especially the members of the Kingdom of Jesus Christ, in their search for justice and peace, Your Honor. But on these matters, on the innocence or guilt of Mr. Kibuloy, his lawyers here and representatives know that the wheels of justice will start only upon his submission to the jurisdiction of the court, to which his 5 other companions had already done last March 2024 by posting bail on the cases that were filed against them, and corresponding warrants were issued.
Iba pa ito sa yung sinasabi nyo na at large na 5?
Yes, sir.
Iba pa yung
No, sir. There were 6 of them.
Oh.
5 of them, there were 6 of them, and all of them were charged in Davao and in Pasig. In March 2024, a Davao court issued warrants of arrest for 6 of them. 5 of them posted bail, except for Mr. Kibuloy. Until now, his warrant on Davao is still standing. And all of them are also charged in Pasig.
The same six.
Same six are charged in Pasig. And none of them posted bail because there's no bail recommended for the 6 of them. We have captured one, Pauline Canada, and she is still in the custody of the CIDG. So as I'm saying, Your Honor, the wheels of justice can only start if he submits to the jurisdiction of the court. Because everything that we discuss here, saying that whether he is innocent or guilty, are of no moment. Because we are not the court that will thresh out all those issues. So I would really suggest, Your Honor, that Mr. Kibuloy submit himself to the jurisdiction of the court, because sooner or later the long arm of the law will catch up with him, just like what happened to Pauline Canada. She did not surrender. We hunted her down, looked for her, and we arrested her and brought her to the judge who ordered her arrest. And until now, she is still in our custody, in CIDG in particular. So I would suggest that Mr. Kibuloy, to end all of this, and spare all his followers and believers of all these things, of this they perceived harassment, which are actually not harassment, but are just part and parcel of the implementation of the warrant of arrest against him. So I would suggest, Mr. Chair, if it's possible, to call for Mr. Kibuloy to surrender to the jurisdiction of the court, of Pasig Regional Trial Court. Because until then, he's just a fugitive of the law, fleeing, hiding behind his members and followers, and whom we in Region 11 will continue to pursue and look for him, to arrest him, and bring him to the jurisdiction of the court, whether he like it or not. We don't like this, but this is ordered by the court, and it is our duty, Mr. Chair. Thank you very much, sir.
Sir, quick
Thank you.
repartee, sir.
Thank you, General Torre. Yes, go ahead.
I would just like to comment, Your Honor, concerning these opinions of two generals already, which I think need to be properly corrected, Your Honor. If a person has a warrant of arrest, Your Honor, the subject of the warrant of arrest has two options. Either he submits himself to the jurisdiction of the court, or he questions the finding of probable cause, Your Honor, which Senator Lacson did, okay? And if the DOJ would not side with him, he can go on certiorari to the Court of Appeals without ever surrendering. Santiago case would prove that. So, a person, even if he has a warrant of arrest, can choose to exhaust all of his remedies, Your Honor, such as but not limited to questioning the finding of probable cause. So I do hope General Torre would disabuse his mind that the only option of a person who has a warrant of arrest is to surrender, Your Honor, because he has a right, Your Honor, to insist that there is no probable cause, especially in this case, that the cases were dismissed already by the City Prosecution's Office, Your Honor, a long time ago. And the complainant in this case filed a petition for review 4 years ago, Your Honor, and this was not acted upon by the Department of Justice, and this was only acted upon when it became fashionable to attack Pastor Apollo C. Kibuloy, when there was already a Senate investigation being instigated by Senator Hontiveros. All of a sudden, voila, there is already a resolution on the petition for review. We did not file it, it was the complainant. We filed a motion for reconsideration, Your Honor, a long time ago. Until now, there is no resolution as to it. And then, a few days thereafter, that there was a resolution, we have a warrant of arrest. So as a lawyer, Your Honor, I filed motions, Your Honor, so that the warrant of arrest, as well as the information, can be invalidated by the court. That is a remedy provided for by the rules of court. So therefore, General Torre cannot dictate upon Pastor Apollo C. Kibuloy as to what to do. Several instances in the past, such as perhaps former Senator Honasan, I do hope he will forgive me, Ocampo, Satoru Ocampo also did that in the past, Your Honor, by questioning the finding of probable cause. If these were available to those persons, why not to Pastor Apollo Sikibuloy? They are always using, describing my client as a fugitive. What is your legal basis? The last basis, Your Honor, is Republic Act 11983, passed only on March 11 of 2024. What is the definition, legal definition of a fugitive under the present dispensation, Your Honor? According to Section 3G, those who flee under the following circumstances after conviction by a Philippine court to avoid prosecution. That is our prevailing law. So therefore, for the police authorities to always say that my client is a fugitive, excuse me, under what legal basis? Even if you use, Your Honor, U.S. court decision and even Black's law definition, Your Honor, it provides a fugitive from justice is a person who, having committed a crime, flees from the jurisdiction of the court where the crime was committed or departs from his usual place of abode and conceal himself within the district. That is Black's law definition. If we will use likewise Supreme Court decision Rodriguez versus Comelec, Labao versus Comelec, it includes those who after conviction flees to avoid punishment, but also those who after being accused flee to avoid prosecution. So we are still questioning the after being accused. So for the PNP to always claim that my client is a fugitive, under what legal basis? Can you please cite to us? Just because he has a warrant of arrest? And can you rightfully say that he has knowledge of that warrant of arrest? Did you present evidence? In Labao versus Comelec, Your Honor, the Supreme Court, he was a candidate for mayor. There was even a warrant of arrest. And they even tried to arrest him in a church, Your Honor. Yet the Supreme Court did not consider him as a fugitive from justice. What would be the basis of the PNP? Require Pastor Apollo Sikibuloy to surrender? And require us to surrender him? What right do I have to require my client? I'm just a lawyer, Your Honor, a glorified agent of my client. I cannot tell my client to surrender. That is not within my power. If I do that, I might be disbarred, Your Honor. So I do hope and pray that the PNP should likewise perhaps do more research in accusing certain persons as a fugitive or that require the lawyer to surrender him or his members. We do not have that power. An accused has the right to also insist to avail all of his remedies provided for under the rules of court. And Pastor Apollo Sikibuloy is precisely doing that.
Thank you. We get your point loud and clear, Attorney. But I think you will still agree with me when I say that as long as a person is covered with a live warrant of arrest, hindi mo rin siguro mabiblame ang police kung talagang
Yes, Your Honor. We agree with that.
Trabaho talaga ng police yan.
No quarrel with that, Your Honor. No quarrel with that.
Ako, I've been a policeman. Pagka-problema ako kung hindi ko implement yung warrant of arrest na yan. So sana along that line din, tingnan rin nyo yung police na trabaho nila yan. As long as they're doing their job properly, regularly, legally, sana intindihin rin natin.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yun lang rin sa akin, ha? I want to be neutral here on both sides. Mahal ko kayo, mga kababayan ko kayo from Davao City. Itong police rin, alam ko rin yung sitwasyon nila pagdating sa ganyan trabaho nila. Dumaan ako dyan yung hirap na hirap ka, you are under orders, merong warrant talaga, isi-serve mo, kahit kaibigan mo, wala kang magawa. Kahit kapatid mo yan, kahit tatay mo yan, kung may warrant, you have to serve that talaga. But yung point po about fugitive, I agree with you. Alam ko, you've got the points. Alam kong tama yung sinabi mo.
Yes, Your Honor. Wala kaming away po na may warrant si Pastor. We are contesting that. But when the police would try to implement the same, they should follow Rule 113, Section 11.
Correct.
Your Honor.
They should. Yeah, wala, no question about that.
Yes,
Gawin
Your
talaga nila properly according to the law.
Yes, Your Honor. Yun lang po ang sa amin. Na yung rules of procedure, rules of engagement should be strictly followed sana. Yun lang po ang hiling po namin na hindi naman po ginagawa.
Okay. Thank you, Attorney. Any more from your side? May sasabihin. Go ahead.